What's going on, my PT peeps, my Walking Dead family, and my fighters? I'm One Eyebrow, also known as PT, and I'm back to talk about The Walking Dead Season 10, Episode 1, the Season 10 premiere. It's going to be my early review. It's not going to talk about many spoilers whatsoever, but it's definitely a spoiler warning, as the pictures that I'm showing here are definitely from the Season 10 premiere. So spoiler warning, but I'll have another review where I talk about the episode more in depth, but this is my early review as I had a chance to see the episode, and it is great. So Oceanside is a part of this episode, and we knew that from the synopsis, but it just feels great to have The Walking Dead back on television. It's like, a breath of fresh air. After watching Fear the Walking Dead, no hate on Fear, the first couple minutes of The Walking Dead is like, yes, this is great. The show is great. The cast is great. The characters, the dialogue. I mean, the dialogue with Michonne and a bunch of different characters. Michonne talks with Daryl, and Michonne talks with Aaron. And it's like, man, I miss this. This is what The Walking Dead is all about. Oceanside, training, the paranoia, the fear, it's definitely there. And the episode does not disappoint. And it's a great episode all around from start to finish. It sets the tone for this season. And there's a couple cheesy moments, but they're very minor. And it's what the show is. It's a zombie drama. And there's a part in the episode, it's a small part, that it's like, man, that shouldn't happen with that character. But, you know, fear and paranoia, and sometimes your mindset gets in the way, so I could see what happens. The tactical aspect, the skills, the training, it's pretty badass. The musical score is great. The music alone gets you pumped for the episode, for the story. It's like, man, I'm just ready. The action is definitely fast and furious in the episode, like some of the reviewers are saying, and I believe the reviewers are right. They are definitely spot on with it. The whole thing with the training, it's cool. You can see some people see the world one way, and others see it another way. And if you know this channel, what we do here, you know that when certain characters are highlighted a little bit more, and a little bit more, and they're shown a little bit more, they usually have a big part in the series, the season, and that usually bodes well or not so well for those characters. We definitely meet some new characters here. Some of the new characters I liked, and some I was like, what's up with that person? That person is weird. You have to see and let me know what you think, and you'll know what I'm talking about as soon as you see the part that I'm talking about. But Oceanside wasn't really seen at all. Like Oceanside itself. We saw Cindy and Rachel and other cast members before in season 9, but we actually get to see Oceanside, and Jekyll Island looks great, and the filming there at the beach, but also on the studio, it looks amazing, and I hope they go back there later this season because it looks great, and I like Oceanside. I like that idea with it, and it's pretty cool. They pick up some stories where they left off, and there's some nice storytelling, and Angela Kang wrote this episode, and the writing is great. The directing by Greg Nicotero is also great, and I love the small little moments with some characters that we don't really see a lot of, and they're nice little moments for some of these characters, and hopefully it builds more and more and more for this season. As for Michonne, she's my girl. She's definitely shown a lot in the episode, which is great. We all know that this is her last season, so I hope we get the most out of Michonne this season as we can. She's supposed to be in a handful of episodes. Is that 5? Is that 6? Because remember the whole dynamic with Rick, he's going to be in 6 episodes, and then he was only in 5, and they're like, well, there were 6, and it was supposed to be 6, and then we saw 5, but he's a chance there's going more. It was only 5. So are we going to get 5 or 6 out of Michonne? Either way, Michonne rocks it. She kills it. Daryl, Carol are awesome. Aaron, everybody is great. Everybody's acting, dialogue is great, except for that one actor that you'll meet this episode, and I can't wait for you to let me know what you think. You'll know exactly what I'm talking about because it's weird and it almost seems too much. Magna, Yumiko, Magna's group, there's a lot of people in the episode, but it flows very well. It's definitely something where you're like, okay, they didn't spend too much time on one group or one person or one area. They do a good job with the storytelling. If you know what we talked about the episode in previous videos, it's true. The stuff with how it starts and what starts the fire and stuff, it's all true. And so it's pretty cool to see that our information is correct, but there's some stuff we didn't know, especially during the episode, and it's cool. The storytelling is great. I think they did highlight some things for the rest of the season. Small little hints could turn into big things. The radio is definitely used between the communities, which is great because that's a great way to communicate without sending a raven, but there is something brewing. You can see that some people see it this way and some people see it that way. And it's going to turn into a big, crazy storyline for season 10, and it's exciting. Negan is definitely there. He's definitely starting to be Negan again, and I like that about it. Again, he's kept alive for a reason, and it's this season, I believe. Lydia is being Lydia, and you kind of feel bad for her because I feel like Lydia is a good person. She just was caught up in a crazy world with a crazy mother. It's not her fault that she was Alpha's daughter, right? And I'm not giving too much away, but Lydia should hopefully have a bigger part this season, and I can't wait to see what happens with the character. Rosita's hitting the bag, and it's kind of funny, and the music is kind of funny, and the music with the baby and Eugene and the baby, it's pretty cute. It's a great setup with the love quadrangle, and that's definitely a thing. Eugene, Rosita, Sadiq, and Father Gabriel is definitely a thing. And there's a lot of funny parts in the episode, and really, there's a little bit of everything. There's comedy, there's action, there's nice hallmark moments where you're like, oh, that's a nice, it gets you in the feels, gets you right in the heart, where you feel when that person is telling the story, or you feel when that person is having that interaction with the other character. You're like, okay, this is what The Walking Dead is all about, and you like these characters. You love these characters, and you want to see what happens. The bit with Eugene and Coco and Eugene and Sadiq, it's cute. I mean, I know Eugene's not a fan favorite. Maybe he never was, but I do like the character a lot, and I love Josh McDermott, and he's pretty funny in this episode. Rosita is being Rosita, and it's interesting because the dynamic between this whole group, the love quadrangle, hasn't missed a beat. You got Sadiq, who's not really going to listen to Eugene. Eugene's there for everybody. He cares about all these people, and definitely Rosita and the baby, but you're like, man, I wonder what's going to happen here. And they do set some things up potentially. You'll see some things there too, and they highlight back in season 9 with some big moments. The walkers look great. The CGI looks pretty good for the most part. There's something that's there that we saw before that's like, man, they can't get it right. Definitely let me know when you see it. But the fire, the stuff that's going here is cool. I buy into it. Some people were like, no, that's stupid. I guess it sounds stupid on paper, but I buy into it in the episode. I think the episode works. It's not cheesy. It's not campy, even though there's a couple little moments that are like, I don't know about that. But I love The Walking Dead, and I can't wait to see what happens for the rest of the season. We're going to see Daryl, Cindy, Carol, Ezekiel, Jerry, everybody fighting together, hopefully. But again, people see things differently in this world. One group sees it this way, one leader sees it that way, and what's going to happen, what's going to win out, we need the group to work together. Michonne with a katana is badass. There's some awesome badass moments with the fighting, and not with just Michonne, with Alden, Daryl, and a bunch of other characters. It's pretty cool. The fire stuff, the music, it's just working to its advantage. It's a cool thing, and just watching the episode, it's like, yes, this is The Walking Dead, and this is why the show is awesome and one of the best shows ever in television history. Daryl and Carol, they don't disappoint. You see them. They do mention a couple characters that we haven't seen in a while, or we probably won't see again. But it's just nice to see everybody together, and the dialogue with Carol and Daryl is great. You can tell they like each other on and off the set. The chemistry is definitely there, and it should be because they've been working with each other since season 1. They're the only two characters that we still have left since season 1 on this show, and hopefully they stick around for a long, long time. And when you do watch the episode, I want you to let me know if you think there is a Breaking Bad Easter egg in their dialogue. But overall, I thoroughly enjoyed this season 10 premiere. I didn't want to give too much away, and hopefully I didn't. I wanted to keep it somewhat spoiler-free, even though the photos are from the premiere episode. It's a good episode. Is it a great premiere? For sure. Is it the best? That's debatable. But it sets the tone for season 10, and I'm super excited for The Walking Dead season 10 and beyond. And this is my first early review. I tried to keep it spoiler free as much as I could, but please hit that subscribe button to become a valued member of our PT channel Walking Dead family if you haven't already. We have a goal of 100,000 subscribers, and if you love The Walking Dead, this is a great channel for that. So please help us achieve our goal. And for those interested in my zombie apocalypse genre book series, it is Fight For Us on Amazon.com and BarnesandNoble.com. We have a link to our Amazon store in the video description, so you can check out all our 10 books and pick up a copy today and join the fight. Thanks, guys, for watching, and tell them, Daryl.
Yo, we love you guys. Honestly, thank you.